Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
EasyJet plane was seconds from disaster after flight nearly hit a mountain with 190 passengers on way to holiday hotspot. An EasyJet pilot was suspended after his packed holiday jet flew too close to a mountain and was just seconds away from disaster. Captain Paul Ellsworth was grounded following the cockpit drama as the plane descended towards the Red Sea resort of Hurghada in Egypt. The ground proximity warning system in the cockpit was triggered and dramatically sounded an impending crash warning. The alert rang out: pull up, terrain, terrain, pull up, terrain ahead, pull up, and a dramatic last gasp maneuver, pulling on the joystick to level off the plane, saved up to 190 passengers and crew on board. The GPWS alert is recognized as a last resort to prevent a controlled flight into terrain. The Airbus A320 flew over the mountain range at an altitude of just 300 ft. The peak of the mountain near the plane was just 771 ft away from the twin-jet aircraft at an altitude of 329 ft. Pilots normally clear the mountain range at around 6,000 ft, showing just how low the plane had flown. Sources revealed that the jet had been descending at 4,928 ft per minute, which has been dubbed ridiculously unsafe, before the GPWS sounded and it leveled out. The aircraft, which had taken off from Manchester, should have been traveling slower and with a shallower rate of descent, experts said. An official investigation into the February 2 drama of flight EasyY2251 will include details of how Capt. Ellsworth reported the safety scare. The Sun understands the 61-year-old pilot registered the incident the following day, February 3, before he was due to leave the crew hotel and head to Hurghada Airport, ready to pilot the plane back to Manchester. But EasyJet officials escalated the incident within minutes, recognizing the severity of the cockpit drama. No blame has yet been apportioned for the harrowing incident. However, in line with protocol, bosses immediately banned Capt. Ellsworth, who lives in Cheshire, from flying the plane back to the UK. A source said, within moments of the flight drama being raised, officials stepped in and Paul Ellsworth was forbidden from piloting the plane. Another flight crew brought the jet home. The pilot will be asked detailed questions. The GPWS only sounds when a plane is heading into terrain, in this instance, a mountain. Passengers on board are understood to have been oblivious to the scare and unaware of just how close they came to the mountain range as the plane descended into Egypt. After being stood down, Capt. Ellsworth was flown back to Manchester as a passenger, seated in the cabin. Once back in the UK, the experienced flyer was officially suspended while investigations continue. Despite the senior pilot being banned, the same plane, registered EasyJet, flew back to the UK and the cockpit voice recorder was overridden, the Sun understands. Capt. Ellsworth's account and responses from the first officer who was sat alongside him will help investigators. Capt. Ellsworth made headlines in 2016 when his son Luke became the youngest professional pilot at just 19 after following in his father's footsteps at EasyJet. The proud dad said at the time, "Luke has worked really hard. I have as much confidence in Luke flying as I have in myself, and I've been doing this for 32 years. Luke now flies for British Airways." Last night, the suspended pilot advised it would be inappropriate for him to comment while there is an ongoing investigation. The Civil Aviation Authority is waiting to review how the incident is investigated by EasyJet bosses, including how the airline manages their risk. EasyJet told The Sun yesterday, "Safety is the #1 priority for all our pilots. They are trained to the highest industry standards, subject to rigorous testing and monitored closely." The flight landed normally, and as we have an ongoing investigation, the pilot remains stood down from duty in line with procedures.